Smooth.
Vaughn.
This is Riggs.
And Slick Money.
And you are now listening to the
Switch Style Podcast.
Welcome to the Switch Style Podcast. I'm your host, Smooth, and on episode 25, Chance the Rapper saves the day, Nicki Minaj makes history, and find out what Tupac was working on before he died. So, before we jump into anything, let's say what's up to the crew. Vaughn, what up?
What's up? How you doing today?
I'm great. Glad to see you.
Glad to be here. My voice keep going in and out, so please forgive me if it goes out, but I'll try to control it a little bit.
You gotta find you some cough drops or something.
I don't know what's going on. Just been in and out.
Passing one of them Hershey's Kisses or something.
If I take a kissy, I gotta give Slick a kiss. That's what it say. Kisses.
Oh, that's what it says?
Yeah, that's what it says on the top. Kisses for Slick.
Yeah, and audience, I know you'll be looking for Slick. Slick is actually, he's down this week. He wasn't feeling too well, so it's actually us three this week, and I've only introduced one person. And last but not least, the man himself, all six of them. Riggs, what up, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on, Vaughn?
Hey.
Slick, we hope you feel better.
Yeah, hope you feel better, Slick.
And I took about 8 of those kisses out of there. I promise you, I am not paying up.
Yeah, he said he is not paying up. But we're glad everybody's joining us on Facebook. We got a really great show for you tonight. Again, if you're just joining us, again, welcome to the Switch Style Podcast, episode 25. And before we jump into anything, if you like what you hear, you can check out this show and all archive shows on iTunes, Google Play Music, and SoundCloud.com, all at Switch Style Podcast. So check us out. And again, if you want to get in contact with us, you can also email us personally at switchstylepodcast@gmail.com. So let's actually jump into the show and find out what's on the charts. So on the Billboard 200, Travis Scott's Birds in the Trap Scene McKnight debuts at number 1, earning 88,000 equivalent album units. 53,000 of those were actually traditional album sales. So, as of now, Birds in the Trap Scene McKnight is only available to stream and purchase through Apple Music and iTunes. So, crew, my question to you guys is, why has Apple Music / iTunes been so successful with these exclusive releases?
I was looking it up and I saw it's a $9.3 billion it's worth. That's how much iTunes is worth.
Wow.
$9.3 billion. So whoever thought of this, I know I forgot what it was before, and then it came into, they put it into iTunes, but whoever thought of this, they had it on the money to get people to exclusively give them stuff. At the same time, people are purchasing. They don't even have to purchase the music. They can listen to the music, but they subscribing to their subscription.
What, to Apple Music?
Yeah, they're subscribing to it every month. But it's a very smart thing to do.
Oh, exactly.
To have exclusive on somebody's album.
Yeah, it is. It is. It definitely is. Riggs, did you have any thoughts on it?
Oh, yeah. I think, all the companies that are doing that, like Tidal and so on and so forth, if you have something that's going to be, exclusive, people want it first if they know it's going to come out later, or if they know, if you corner the market and you're the only place to get it, well, it's the only place to get it. You have no choice. So, of course, that's a power move.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree.
Come to me.
Yeah. And I read some interview. Well, it was an interview. Well, not an interview, but it was an essay that Talib Kweli wrote. He pretty much explained the struggles of being an independent artist. And he talked about iTunes specifically. And he mentioned that they take 30% off top. But if you think about it, if you're an independent artist, that's not bad, considering that you only lose 30% of what you make compared to the label taking another 40-50% of it.
And you only getting 50%.
Exactly.
Oh,
so
not even.
Yeah, not even 50%, right.
Nowhere near.
But yeah, congratulations to iTunes and Apple Music. And also, just want to let you guys know, Birds in the Trap Scene McKnight is the 5th Apple Music iTunes exclusive to hit number 1 on the Billboard 200. And those other albums are actually Frank Ocean's Blonde, DJ Khaled's Major Key, Drake's Views, and Future's Evolve.
Wow.
Yeah. And 3 of those artists are actually on Epic Records. Future, Travis Scott, and DJ Khaled. So congratulations to L.A. Reid as well. He's having a really great year. And On the Hot 100, the Chainsmokers and Halsey's Closer earns a 4th consecutive week atop the Hot 100. So they keeping it rolling.
Yeah, that little song is hot. I think it's a teeny bop song.
Yeah, it is.
So all the kids gonna buy it.
Yeah, they are.
They gonna buy it. They want to hear.
You know, it's kind of a teeny bop thing, but once you listen to it, no matter what age you are, you know, you kind of like, yeah, you know, all that.
Older. Yeah.
It's a good song. So, audience, if you haven't checked out the Chainsmokers and Halsey's Closer, it is the #1 song in the country, so check it out. And also, Travis Scott's Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight is the #1 album in the country. And if you don't know who Travis Scott is, he's a rapper / singer. He's kind of all over the place, but he's out of Houston. He's affiliated. Well, he signed to Epic Records, but he's on Grand Hustle's imprint, which is T.I.'s label, of course, for those of you who don't know. And he's also affiliated with Good Music, Kanye West's label. So, and he's actually slated to executive produce the new Good Music compilation album, the Cruel Winter album that's coming soon. Not sure when it's coming, but he produces as well.
Yeah, and this album is well produced.
Yeah,
like it's got that trap sound, but there's a little more depth to it. It's dope.
Yeah, so he's a really talented guy.
What was that hot song he had? It was a song that he had that was, I like that
Don't
song.
get running.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I keep forgetting the name, but
Is that Stevie?
No, this is not. that's Travis Scott. That's the Travis Scott version. But that's it. I did want to mention in terms of him being a producer, the biggest song that he produced was probably up until this point was "Be Better Have My Money" by Rihanna.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, he did that. So that's Travis Scott, for those of you who don't know. And before we find out what's new, again, if you like what you hear, you can check out this show and all archive shows on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play Music, all at Switch Style Podcast. There you
I
go.
was about to say SoundCloud, but Switch Style Podcast.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out myself. So, but
And
guys,
you can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Guys, we'll actually find out what's coming out this week, this Friday, September 16th. So look out for new albums from Usher, superstar, R&B, pop artist, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He's back with his new album, Hard to Love. The Robert Glasper Experiment, jazz producer, jazz artist extraordinaire, whatever you want to call him. He's back with his new album, Art Science. Mac Miller, rapper Mac Miller, he's back with The Divine Feminine. Country star, and he loves to smoke weed. Just being honest. Yeah, he's up there with Snoop. But Willie Nelson, he's back with For the Good Times, a tribute to Ray Price. R&B group After 7, we hadn't heard from them in quite a while.
Years and years and
Yeah,
years.
they're back with Timeless.
Part of the Edmonds family.
Yep. And Babyface, I didn't know he was on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, I mean to catch it. I want to catch it.
Yeah, I did not know he was on Dancing with the Stars, so we'll see what he does. But Babyface really wasn't a big dancer, was he?
He's shy.
Yeah, he is.
He is shy. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, I gotta catch this.
Yeah, we got to catch it. So, and a few more new albums. Rock pop star, well, he was kind of a star. Meatloaf. He's back with Braver Than We Are. And rappers Young Guns. They're back with Echoes.
Can't stop, don't stop.
Right. I didn't know what happened to these dudes. It's been a while since they've been out. So, guys, anybody that you're looking forward to?
Oh, I'm interested to see what Usher does on this album. You know, I like the fact that he's one of those people who he doesn't reinvent himself, but he definitely changes up his sound. You know,
He always come back.
He does.
Every 5 years. And I'm looking to see what he does. I hope it's good. I'm definitely, I'm looking forward to Robert Glasper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's my dude right there. And actually, After 7 too, my first concert I ever went to, it was After 7 and the Whispers. Yeah, I mean, it was Whispers and somebody else, I can't remember, but then After 7, they were the young boys that came on. And interestingly enough, his brother that's probably the connection, wrote their biggest hit.
Oh yeah.
For the Whispers, so
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady, baby. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's about it for me. I'm not.
That's about it.
I'm not looking forward to Meatloaf or Willie Nelson, but I wish them success.
Okay, Vaughn, what about you?
I think this is into like 3 different categories.
Yeah, I agree.
For three different categories. As I know y'all call him Usher, but I call him Ursha.
Ursha, baby.
Yeah. I would say him and After 7 is like in one category. Robert Glasper, he's in another category. Then we have the Willie Nelson and Meatloaf. They're in another category. So it'll be interesting to see who will be. But of course, I'm going for Mr. Usher.
And who debuts at number 1 real fast?
Probably Willie Nelson.
You think so? Wow. You know what's funny? Willie Nelson has never had a number 1 album.
He hasn't?
Not on the Billboard 200. His highest charting album.
Always on My Mind, maybe?
Yeah, Always on My Mind. Debuted at number 2, July of 1982. And Usher, out of everybody on the list, Usher is the one with the most number 1 albums. He has 4.
Yeah, he's consistent.
Yeah, Raymond, Here I Stand, Confessions. To me, the greatest R&B album of all time.
Yeah, now that's a good one.
And Here I Stand.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Definitely in the top 50.
Yeah.
There's a lot of R&B.
Yeah. Well, I know for me, I take that back. It's my favorite.
I can dig it.
Now, I'm interested in seeing what angle Usher gonna come from because, he's in a serious relationship now.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing which way he's gonna come.
You got something?
Yeah, I'm thinking he's got a new relationship. He's in love. He may have one little lovey-dovey song, but I think for the most part, he's not gonna put his business on the streets. He gonna
right.
He gonna put you up on. He gonna get you up.
He gonna keep that part safe.
Yeah, he actually he has No Limit out. Say No Limit. But
yeah, I like that song.
With Young Thug, and Young Thug, he really doesn't elevate the record to me.
No,
he could have stayed off of there.
He doesn't, but
Mr.
No Limit.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey. But did you guys have anything else on what's new? The new albums?
I'm good.
We'll actually move on and find out what's happening inside the industry. But before we do, I'll try to get it right this time. If you like what you hear, remember to follow us on iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud.com, all at
Switch Style Podcast.
And also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and
Twitter.
There you go. Yeah, we need as many followers as we can. We're talking about music. Hopefully we can take off. Not hopefully, but we will someday. So
that's right.
Jump on now. We'll actually move on to, again, like I said, inside the industry. So recently, Ariana Grande's Side to Side featuring Nicki Minaj hit number 31 on Billboard's Hot 100. As of now, Nicki Minaj has 68 Hot 100 hits, which moves her into 3rd all-time among women, behind only Aretha Franklin, who has 73, and Taylor Swift, who has 69. So, Vaughn, how serious should we take this?
Take it serious.
I agree.
Take it serious. Nicki Minaj is hot.
She is.
She's hot, and everybody wants her. Everybody wants her. She's crossing over. She did the crossover with Ariana Grande, and getting that other type of feel.
Yeah.
So she could just spit lyrics out. I was listening to her album and she could just spit it out. So everybody wants her. She's hot. I think she's in high demand. She's doing commercials. She's taking it to another. She's in movies. So she's taking it to another level. So yeah, take her serious. Take her serious. I think she's in good company with Aretha Franklin and Taylor Swift. Yeah. So, hey, ride it till the wheels run off.
Yeah, I agree. She's a highly prolific artist, and I'm surprised that she produced in such an abundance because she's only been around publicly since maybe 09, 2010.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then that span to amass, what's the number? What is it? 68? Mm-hmm. 68 Hot 100 hits? Mm-hmm. That's impressive.
And she only had 2 albums.
3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, it is. It's 3 albums.
Yep.
And then I saw that she just released something the beginning of September. She told her fans, hey, I know you haven't heard anything new from me. Here you go. And it's hot. Yeah. So she don't have nobody on it. It's just her. So it's hot.
Yeah, she's a bad girl. And out of those 68 Hot 100 hits. Only 26 of those are credited to her as the lead artist. And I also think it speaks to the times. Like rappers, they do a lot of features these days.
Yeah.
Always have.
And it's who you have, who your feature is.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the way she was able to amass so many hits over in such a short span. Because it took Aretha. She's been around for
Decades.
decades, and she only has 73.
Man, I can't even lie, man. I hate to see Nicki Minaj's name next to Aretha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny
But
because
look at the times we're in, though. You see what
Oh
I'm
no,
saying?
I understand. It's just me.
and she's gonna pass Aretha in probably the next year or so.
Probably. I know I'm not mad at her. Don't get it twisted. I wish everybody that's doing their thing success. Hey.
And just a few of the names that she's passed include Madonna, Rihanna, Dionne Warwick, Beyonce, Connie Francis. She was around in the 50s and 60s, big pop star. Brenda Lee, who had 48 country star, and Mariah Carey. So that's pretty impressive. And just interesting fact, if anybody wants to know, the leading act among men and women, among everybody, is actually the cast of Fox's Glee. Yeah, they lead everybody with a total of 207 Hot 100 entries, followed by Lil Wayne at 132 and Drake at 126.
Now Drake, he's another one. Oh man, he's been in a ridiculous amount of features.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
Chris
he kills
Brown
it
too. Like, you just see them everywhere. They in everything.
Yeah, they are. So I'm sure Drake will eventually pass everybody. Good job, guys. And we'll actually move on to the next topic. So last Thursday, September 8th, Solange Knowles and family attended a Kraftwerk concert in New York and experienced hostility from other concert goers, which led her to pen an essay stating that this is why many black people are uncomfortable being in predominantly white space. Riggs, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, when I first looked at the article and kind of heard what the exchange was and somewhat of the reasoning, I didn't so much see it as a black and white thing.
Okay.
Just on paper at first, because if there's a big-headed woman with big hair in front of me, I don't care if she's white, if she's black, whatever. I can't see.
I can't see, right?
Sit down.
Not like that either.
But when you look into the essay, and what she likens that situation to, then you have to know that you had to be there to receive that air, because there's a certain air that people give off. You know what I mean? When they feel a certain way about you. So, she likens it to, when you pull up to a nice area and the block is closed and they're saying, only residents can go down this block, and they're looking at you like you can't possibly be a resident when you're, black, and the faces that are telling you are white. And she mentions, the lack of would you, could you, pleases, and thank yous, and especially when they're used before and after you. So when you look at the essay, you kind of get maybe there is a bit more there.
Right.
We all, black people, feel it. Half of white people know it and acknowledge it. And then there's another percent that act like it isn't there.
Right. Denial people.
Right. And there's still plenty of those. So it is hard to be black in America. And I can't say I'm a world traveler, but what I can say is that it seems like most people, not just American whites, but just about people from everywhere, disrespect and dislike the African American, not necessarily just black people. They may respect people from the Caribbean. They may, respect black people more that are straight from Africa or from wherever else. But the African American black is kind of hated, and largely, without reason, because most of the people who feel a particular kind of way don't necessarily have close ties. You may know some and be around some, but it's different having close ties. So, and I can feel it, and especially now, with tying into young black men being killed at a ridiculous rate by the people who are supposed to protect and serve. Yeah, I can see it, and there is an air.
Yeah, I agree. And what we're talking about is Solange Knowles. And for those of you who don't know, she's mostly known as the younger sister of Beyonce.
Beyonce little sister.
It's unfortunate that she's known that way, but for now, we'll just leave it at that. But we're talking about an essay that she penned, and it's actually posted on her site, sainthuron.com. And Riggs, you have the essay. The title of the essay again is "And Do You Belong?" I do. But my thoughts on it, in the essay, she actually shared several experiences. She mentioned that she was on her way from Milan to Basel. I'm not sure if I said the name of the city right. And she experienced racial prejudice there. She was in her home, well, not her hometown, but the city that she lives in New Orleans. And she experienced racial prejudice there as well. And she's experienced this racial prejudice in not only the city that she lives in, but abroad. So I won't call it it's not a prisoner of the moment reaction, but I think when you continue to experience these things over the course of time, after so many times, it pretty much becomes the norm for her. And I think that's what it is. And that's probably why she reacted the way, and I'm not defending what the ladies did at the concert. Because if somebody throws a lime at you at a concert,
it's crossing the line.
It's going down.
Yeah, they did cross the line. And the funny thing is, they went to a Kraftwerk concert, and to frame it up for you guys, Kraftwerk, they pretty much started in the 70s. They're some of the more influential, some of the innovators of dance, electronic music. So the majority of the audience was white, and I think she mentioned in her essay that she was maybe only, her and her family were probably 4. She attended the concert with her husband, her son, and her son's best friend, and they were maybe only 4 of 20 black people there. And she didn't give an exact number of the attendees of the concert, but I could imagine Kraftwerk, they're pretty big, so it might have been maybe 5,000-6,000.
Right, a big venue.
5 to 12.
Yeah, 5 to 12. So to experience that, and for the most part, just to sum up my comments, I think it's more so a reaction to everything that's going on. And like Riggs said, I think it just speaks to a larger issue. As much of things have changed, they really haven't.
Right.
Like everything that the generation before us, everything that they were fighting for in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even before then, we're still fighting that same fight now. So racism still exists, whether you want to admit it or not. It's still there, and in Solange's mind, she experienced racism.
You know, it is a hard thing to figure. As a black person, is this person being racist, or they just an a-hole to everybody?
Right.
You know what I mean? Is it just me because I'm black, or is it just me for some other reason? You know?
Right.
It's difficult to gauge.
And Riggs, I agree. I think the circumstances surrounding it. I mean, she was in a concert by a white artist. The audience was predominantly white, and she just so happened to be the only person standing up dancing.
Probably a little bit older too, which.
Yeah, it was an older crowd. That's what I'm thinking. It was an older crowd. And
I did want to point out this topic because and I'm not dismissing Solange's essay or argument, because I think she does have a legitimate gripe, though, because she's pointed out several instances where she has experienced racial prejudice, and I think her comments in her essay, we should acknowledge it like we're doing now. So I'd commend Solange for actually even going and posting everything on Twitter and writing an essay and actually putting it on her website.
No, I can dig it. As a matter of fact, I had an experience not nowhere near the same, as actually the opposite, but it just kind of brings a point that happened with me like last week. So I was at the gym, and I was talking to an older white gentleman who I talk to all the time. I mean, the dude is real cool, right? And he asked me what I did over the weekend. I told him, I played some tennis and I went swimming. And he asked me if I went swimming in a pool. And then immediately my black sensitivity went up, because black people are not supposed to know how to swim.
Right.
So I was like, nah, man, in the bathtub with a duck.
Wow.
That's Riggs.
What was his response?
Right.
And he was like, oh no, well, I just meant like, was it in the lake? It was, I didn't mean any, and I immediately felt bad. because I put
the defense mechanism.
I put everything that comes from a great deal of white people on this nice white dude. You know what I mean? Who has been nothing but kind to me, and we have a pretty decent friendship. But being that you're around so much, and that you can't necessarily pinpoint a name or a face on it, because there's so much of racism that you can't really prove if somebody says it isn't.
Exactly. And I agree. I don't think the situation actually became hostile until the people threw the line.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like Riggs said, if a person of another race, if they make a comment that you might not agree with or something that you don't like, immediately you become defensive. And I think this is what happened. So, it couldn't have been that she was black. Like, we trying to see the concert. Just sit down.
Right.
The part where I said I'm thinking it really could be black is one thing. Like, the fact that they did throw something at her. People usually do stuff like that when either they're going to get away with it or they're going to do something about it.
Right.
And since they didn't take it any further and do something about it, they did it because they felt they can get away with it. And they probably felt like they can get away with it because they're black. Like I said, when you initially read the article, you may not know, but then when you read the essay,
right,
you kind of like, okay, well, she's likening it to all these other things. There must be some of that there. Some of that stuff that you can't pinpoint unless somebody admits it.
Yeah, and her feelings are very valid, because she also pointed out in the essay that there was somebody smoking in the venue. It was one of those electronic cigarettes. Oh. And the security or the alderman or the usher, whoever it is, they came up to her son and his friend, and the usher asked them to put out the electronic cigarette. And she and her husband, they interrupted and said, if you actually paid attention to what was going on, you would have saw that it was the two gentlemen in front of them smoking the electronic cigarette. So she also experienced that during the concert. So her concerns and her feelings are very valid.
No, I'm sure.
Guys, if you hadn't read the essay, check it out on Solange's website at sthuron.com. It's a really great essay, and it's actually, again, it's titled, "And Do You Belong? I Do." So check out the website. It's a very, very great website as well, and a very great essay. And it's a great read, most importantly. To move on to a lighter subject. Yeah, that one was kind of heavy there.
Yeah, that was a little heavy.
So last week, Chance the Rapper, he purchased 2,000 tickets from Scalpers to his upcoming Magnificent Coloring Day Festival. According to reports, Scalpers were seeking $200 or more per ticket, and Chance is now selling them back to fans for as little as $45.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now I missed that. I missed the purchase part.
Yeah.
I saw in an article that he got back those things. I didn't realize he purchased. I was wondering why did he go? Did he go with his people and strong arm him?
Nah, he bought them back himself.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so I mean, he continues to fight the good fight.
And he cares about his fans. That's what the most part. He cares about his fans. He wanted his fans, people to be there, not to try to bleed their eyes out with the purchase of a ticket. Exactly. He wanted his fans to be there, and he did what he had to do to get them there.
Yeah, he did.
And I think that's real. That's cool of him. That's cool of him. I hope he just stay the humble person that he is, that he does not get caught up in all that. Like, I was looking at his video, and you could tell, like, he's just still humble.
Yeah, he is.
He's still humble. I just pray that he stays that way.
He is. He's a good kid, and he was raised right, and he doesn't chase the money at all. It just seems to come to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Nike paid him. I'm sure Apple paid him big money. They didn't make a lot of money off Coloring Book. Well, they're probably still making it, but I'm sure they paid him big money. And he makes a lot off his merchandise.
Right.
He sells those hats. And I wish I could go to the concert. Well, the festival, actually.
Festival. Yeah, that's a festival.
Yeah, festival in Chicago.
In Chicago.
Yeah, at U.S. Cellular Park, where the White Sox play. And they're going to have Alicia Keys, John Legend, 2 Chainz, Tyler, the Creator, Young Thug, Not too excited about that
Jeffrey?
one. Yeah, Jeffrey he'll be there.
Jeffrey in his skirt.
Yeah, Jeffrey in his dress, in his blue dress, and his samurai hat. Yeah, Riggs, did you have any thoughts on Chance?
Oh yeah, man. I love the fact that he's into he loves justice. He loves people, and coming from that political background, with his father, the whole thing where he got everybody to put their guns away for I can't remember if it was for Labor Day or for whatever, but he had that whole movement going. He cares about his fans. He is somebody for young people to look up to.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of that's a city that can definitely humble you. Because I was reading something maybe a week ago and it said up until this point in the year, Chicago has already seen 500 homicides.
And they need some type of peace there. I'm quite sure that he's going to talk on that. I'm quite sure he is.
Yeah, and that's
going to be the place to be.
And he was saying that's about far surpassed what the murders were last year in Chicago. So hopefully, Chance and more people like that can step up and make a difference in Chicago. Because it's definitely needed, and especially it's our people, black people, being killed by each other.
And the worst part about it is when you have people thoughtlessly and viciously slain by other people, the first thing they say is, well, what's the difference? Because you guys kill yourselves anyway. Not that holds any weight in our minds, or should hold weight in anybody's mind, but I think in the back of a lot of people's mind, they kind of do think that, like, what's the difference? This hoodlum was gonna die anyway, or whatever, which is sad. So nothing like that is ever gonna be right. There's no way you can justify it, but we do have to start at home. Yeah, we do.
And it takes a village too.
It does. So if you're out there in Chicago and you're listening, and not just in Chicago, but in the world in general, if you're listening, do what you can to make a difference. It may not seem like it's a lot, but every little bit helps. And it's going to take a collective effort to get things where we need it to be. And again, shout out to Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, he's doing what he can. He has a platform. We have a platform here, and it's a music podcast. We normally don't speak on social issues, but when things like this come up,
it ties right on in.
I'm glad you said that. Now I talk a lot, but there is something that I thought about it after I got out the shower. I was just, sometimes you just think about random things. Yeah. And I was thinking about the coach of the Olympic hockey team, right? Who was mentioning that if any one of his team members disrespected the country and the flag, that they wouldn't play because his son is in the armed forces and fighting for America and Americans' belief system. What I want to say and what I wish somebody on a bigger stage would say is, how do you have the nerve to come down on this man? And there are people who are disrespecting the American way of life and the American flag, who wear the flag on their uniform and are senselessly killing people. Now, if you don't have anything to say about that, which is a real issue, how can you fix your mouth to say anything about somebody not standing for the flag? If your son is out there fighting for the American way of life, how could you not feel disrespected by all those other egregious acts and focus your energy in that direction and not on the man that just simply didn't put his hand on his chest for the flag but still stood up in respect of it? Yeah. Well, he kneeled. He didn't stand up, correct? Or did he stand up? I don't remember.
Who, Colin?
Colin Kaepernick.
Well, he kneeled.
He took a knee, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, still, a man who had, I'm sure if you look back to the tape, he's been standing up for the flag his whole life, and in this instance, kneeled, for something, not just to disrespect America, and but to get people to talk and to stand up for more.
Yeah. But at this point, everybody's pointing fingers, and we just need more people to step up and take ownership of for their part. Like I said, just do what you can, even though it might not seem like a lot. Do what you can to make the situation better.
Start out by having dinner with your kids.
Yeah,
without the TV on.
Yeah,
exactly. What did what movie was that? Martin was in it. Oh, it was Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking to Michael Clark Duncan, his character. He was like, "Yeah, don't let cheese sticks and greens and ham hocks and none of that raise your kids." And so don't let TV raise your kids, people.
That's right. That's right.
I thought we were moving on to a lighter subject, but
my bad.
Yeah, I promise. Keeps getting heavy, but I promise this one is lighter. So we'll actually move on to Tupac.
Tupacalypse.
Yeah.
He is Tupacalypse. He can't seem to go nowhere.
Yeah, he never dies. We don't die, we multiply.
Right.
We baby kids. That's Tupac. So this week, actually today, but if you're listening to the podcast now, by the time you hear it, it'll actually have passed and gone by. But this week, today actually, September 13th.
At 7 p.m.
Yeah, at 7 p.m. A Tupac-themed pop-up restaurant opened at the Fulton Mall in Fresno, California. The restaurant is based on Tupac's own ideas for a cookbook and a restaurant that he planned to open before he died. So, everybody, Riggs Vaughn, who knew Pac had such culinary ambitions? I never would have guessed.
Now, I was reading the article and they were saying he had already named the bathrooms. Like, he already had names for the bathrooms.
Players and divas.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I'm sitting like, okay, all right, what else you got? But, yeah, who would have known? Who would have known?
Right.
I want to try the Hennessy wings.
The
Hennessy-
Hennessy apple chicken wings.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Apple brown sugar Hennessy wings. I believe,
think
right? Something like that.
whoever decided to open this up, they about to make some money.
Yeah, they are. And the FYI, for those of you who are interested in opening the pop-up cafe, it was actually a guy named Sam Henson. He's a foodie and the marketing director for the minor league baseball team, the Fresno Grizzlies. And the actual where the shop is going to be, it's called Take 3. It's a burger shop in Fresno. So they're behind of what Pac was going to call it, the Power Mika Cafe. I wonder how he came up with that. So he even had a logo. I mean, this dude had everything.
Yeah, he was prepared.
Yeah, he definitely was. And go ahead, Rick.
I think it's like Mecca, even though it's K's. Was it?
What?
Power Mecca Cafe? No.
Power Mecca, Power Mika, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Too bad he's not here to tell us. So
Right.
so yeah, we don't know.
I hope Pac didn't spell Mecca wrong.
Hope you didn't. Hope you didn't. But did want to let you guys know, if you don't know, this is actually the 20th anniversary of Tupac's death.
And I couldn't believe that when I saw that. It's been 20 years.
Yep. On today,
Wow.
today, September 13th in 1996, Tupac passed away a week after he was shot. So it definitely shows how his presence is still felt these days, and just shows how strong his legacy was and how much people still love him. The fact that we're still talking about him 20 years later.
Yeah, I don't think that there will be another rapper that is as well loved as Tupac.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know how people will take this, but he might be the Bob Marley of rap. He's so revered even in death. And I mean, you could probably go big here. It just depends, but
Well, I will say this: as far as you're talking, rap styles, this, that, and the third, you can have a Tupac Biggie debate. As far as who has the biggest handprint on the country or the world or whatever, the hands down is Tupac.
Oh yeah,
Right.
oh yeah.
Cats still got Biggie, T-shirts and stuff like that, but
But New Yorkers. He's more.
well, I'm not just New Yorkers, but
Yeah, but he's more.
okay. Anyway,
That's
but
his boy.
But Tupac, I mean, a Pac burger, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're not gonna get a Biggie burger.
No.
I mean, probably big and delicious, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They had a course on him in Berkeley.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't get bigger than Tupac, really. I'll say in music, and at first when you said liking them to Bob Marley, I was like, yeah, you're stretching it, but you're not really, not really at all.
Yeah, we can still feel his impact today. And
have you guys ever been to his museum?
you know, they shut it down.
They did.
Yeah, right there off Memorial Drive.
Right, because at one time I had went to look for it and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, they shut it down.
That's why.
It was probably
That's why.
because it's set right behind that Piccadilly.
Okay.
Yeah, right off Memorial Drive, and I've passed by it many times, and it was probably a funding issue, and and it was well gone before Afeni died, and well, she died this year, but I think it's been closed some years now. I think when I first got here in 2010, it was open. And audience, if you don't know, we're referring to what was the name of? Was it named after Afeni? But there was a museum or a center dedicated to Tupac here in Atlanta, actually in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And it's actually been closed for maybe a few years now. So it was dedicated to Tupac, and just goes to show I don't know if he spent any time in Atlanta. I'm sure he came to Atlanta a few times, but he's a New York native. He was born in New York, spent some time in Baltimore, California. He pretty much moved around.
Yeah, I actually got to meet him.
You did?
Took a picture with him.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to bring it in so y'all can see it.
Okay. Yeah, please bring it in.
Yeah.
Shawty on the thug.
Yeah.
Thug life.
I see my drink on it.
Wow. He just disrespected your picture, Vaughn. He said he gonna sit his drink on your picture.
I'm just playing everybody. You know, she went a biggie. I had to go up a little bit.
Yeah, so sorry everybody, you're missing it, because if you could have gotten out to Fresno, California, you would have the chance to get a California Love chicken sandwich. Riggs said he wanted the Hennessy apple butter chicken wings. They also have a mac and cheese burger and Thug Passion Cake Pops. And those are decadent champagne cakes coated with Alizé buttercream frosting. So hopefully I made that sound pretty good. But that's actually a wrap on everything that's all the interesting stuff that's happening inside the industry. And before we jump on to the next segment, again, if you like what you hear, you can check out all archive shows on iTunes, Google Play Music, and SoundCloud.com, all at Switch Style Podcast. And
Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook and Twitter.
There you go. Bam. Follow us. Rigg said follow us. Vaughn said follow us. We need some followers.
That's right.
So help us out. And last but not least, let's help the audience build a playlist, or let's let them in on what we're listening to. Vaughn, you got anything you're listening to?
I had started listening to Kareem
Bailey Ray.
Bailey Ray.
Mm-hmm.
She's different.
She is.
She's different. I started listening to her whole album. I haven't really caught one. Well, the one that's out. I love that song.
Okay.
Aphrodisiac. I love that.
Yeah,
one.
Green Aphrodisiac.
Yeah, I love that. So I'm trying to find me something else. But she's different. I gotta listen to it a couple of more times.
So is this your first time listening to her? Did you hear her first album?
It is.
Okay.
It's my first time listening to her. I always catch the ones that's on, that's on the radio in rotation, but never caught her album. So glad I hear Slick talk about it all the time.
Yeah, we reviewed it.
Yeah, that was before my time.
Yeah, that was before Vaughn came into the fold, but we're glad she's here now.
Yeah, so I had said I need to check it out. I have a couple of things that I need to check out.
Riggs, what about you?
Oh, well, one good tidbit. The last two songs from one song on each album from the last two albums that we reviewed have been playing on regular rotation on CLK, that's here in Atlanta, 91.9. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that it's the Fonte and Eric Robinson album, Tigolero, and Kindred the Family Soul.
All My People.
And that's actually the track that they're playing on the radio, and it was good to hear, to hear something after we reviewed it, and then boom, right after that. I'm not saying that they did it because of us.
Yeah, they did.
But I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
They hear us. And I listened to All My People today, and it reminds me a lot of what's going on. Yeah. Maybe it's the sax that comes in later on in the song.
And me, I just got up on an artist. He's an old artist, but I'm just really becoming familiar with him, called named James Tolliver, trumpeter, bad dude. So check him out.
Great. And for me, right now, I'm kind of all over the place, but check out Anderson .Paak. If you hadn't heard about him, he broke out on Dr. Dre's Compton album last year, and he put out his debut, his proper debut, Malibu, this year. So if you hadn't heard Anderson .Paak, please check him out.
Yeah, he also performed on the BET Awards.
He sure did.
So if you want to go back and look at that performance, he had a lot of energy. It was good. You know, we spoke about it here on the podcast. It's a good pick.
Yeah, so check out Anderson .Paak. And later on in the year, we'll actually do our top R&B albums, our top hip-hop albums of the year. And we'll let you know what we thought about everything that came out this year then. So, again, listen to Anderson .Paak's Malibu. Listen to James Tolliver, On the Nile. Corinne Bailey Ray's The Heart Speaks and Whispers album. More specifically, Green Aphrodisiac and Anderson .Paak's Malibu. So, you got a lot to listen to. And, guys, that's a wrap. So, last call. Let's shout some people out. Riggs, you got any shout-outs?
Oh, always shout out my Uncle E.
Uncle E.
Uncle E.
Shout out to Switch Style Podcast. And I'm good.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Vaughn, what about you?
Shout out to the Swiss Style Podcast. Always love being here with you guys. Facebook Live. Hey, y'all. Thank you for joining us tonight. We hope that Mr. Slick gets better because he will entertain you more on Facebook. I know
Yeah, he will. He will. He will.
So we're praying that he gets better. And that's it. And to my family, hey, my family, DMV, hey, fam, and my brother, he's going to listen to it tomorrow. So that's it.
Cool. And thank you, everybody on Facebook Live for listening. Lanier, thank you. I appreciate that. Miss Cynthia Bagwell, we always appreciate your support. Debbie, I see you. Tootie, everybody that popped in earlier, there's so many names to mention. If I didn't mention you specifically, please charge it to my head, not my heart. Love you guys. We appreciate your support. If you hadn't been checking us out, this is episode 25. We're on to something big, we think, and we're going to take off. So just keep checking us out. Stick with us. We definitely appreciate your support. And if you have any questions for us, if you want us to talk about anything music related, you can email me at switchstylepodcast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at Switch Style Podcast. And again, follow us on iTunes, Google Play Music, SoundCloud.com. You can find us all at Switch Style Podcast. And subscribe on each platform. Write us reviews. Subscribe to it. Tell us what you think. If you like it, if you don't like it, let us know. We want to hear all feedback. We need all feedback. We definitely appreciate you guys. And shout out to Slick Money. Miss you. Hope you're feeling better. And again, audience, check out if you're in Atlanta, and you can also check them out on iHeartRadio and the TuneIn app. That's what it is. I'm sorry. But if you're in Atlanta, you can check out Slick Money on WWE 1100 AM radio. I think there's 3 W's. WWWE 1100 AM radio. Check out the Rain Man Show. Yeah, Rain Man Show. If you need some football picks, he got you. He's making a lot of people a lot of money. So shout out Slick. Shout out my crew. Riggs, Vaughn. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Back at you.
So everybody, that's a wrap on episode. And Susu. Yeah, hey Sue. I didn't get to say hey to you earlier. But thanks, Sue. We appreciate you tuning in. And guys, if you don't have anything else, it's a wrap on episode 25. We'll see you next week. And check us out next week. We'll actually be reviewing Usher's new album, Hard to Love. And it's actually available now. If you're a member of Tidal, or if you're not, go subscribe to Tidal and you can actually check out Hard to Love ahead of time. So check it out. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.